The Texas Department of Transportation Houston District would like to welcome you to this virtual public meeting with an in-person open house. This presentation will provide information on the State Highway 6 Access Management Study from east of State Highway 35 to the Galveston County Line in Brazoria County. This is a pre-recorded presentation. The in-person open house will take place from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday, February 13th, 2024, at the Alvin Community College Nolan Ryan Center in Alvin, Texas. During the in-person open house, the public may come and go at their convenience, and TxDOT staff will be there to answer your questions. The purpose of this public meeting is to solicit input on the Access Management Study. It also offers an opportunity for the study team to address any questions or concerns from the public. The Texas Department of Transportation commits to purposefully involve the public in planning and project implementation by providing for early, continuous, transparent, and effective access to information and decision-making processes. TxDOT would like to thank you for your participation in this public meeting. During the virtual presentation, you may pause the video and navigate forward or backward using your video player. An access management study is the systemic control of the number, spacing, and operations of intersections and driveways to preserve safety and efficiency on a roadway by controlling access to adjacent land uses and by managing operations at intersections. Access management considers improvements to median design, driveway design, bike and pedestrian enhancements, and intersection improvements. The local and regional communities in the study area are experiencing increasing residential, industrial, and commercial developments. The Access Management Study will identify short and medium-term transportation improvements along the SH6 corridor to improve safety by reducing the number and severity of crashes and improving mobility by balancing land use needs and transportation access. The study team will examine potential improvements for pedestrian, cycle, and transit users. The study team is also committed to improving collaboration through community engagement by taking feedback to develop practical solutions. This project is anticipated to receive federal funds. With the federal component, TxDOT is required to assess the potential environmental impacts of the proposed project in accordance with federal standards. The process that is followed is called the National Environmental Policy Act process, otherwise known as NEPA. The NEPA process provides analyses of potential impacts to the natural and man-made environment and helps the decision makers to make an informed decision on whether or not to proceed with the project. On December 9, 2019, TxDOT received a signed Memorandum of Understanding from the Federal Highway Administration. It permits TxDOT to assume the responsibility for reviewing and approving certain assigned NEPA projects. This review and approval process applies to this project. The study timeline and process started with conceptual planning to define the goals. The short and medium-term solutions being presented at this meeting were developed based on data collection, an analysis of existing conditions, and review of comments received from agencies and stakeholders. We are now in the public involvement stage and would like to invite you to provide your valuable insight. The study report is expected to be finalized in May 2024. TxDOT will assess the potential environmental impacts of the proposed project and prepare the detailed design. At the last stage, the project will continue to construction. State Highway 6 is an officially designated hurricane evacuation route, connecting Interstate 45 near Bayou Vista to I-69 near Sugar Land. The study is examining the 2-mile stretch east of State Highway 35 to the Galveston County Line in Brazoria County. Each day, approximately 3 to 5% of all vehicles traveling on the corridor are trucks. The right-of-way is typically about 120 feet wide and increases to 160 feet near SH35. There are two types of roadway typical sections. From SH35 to Home Depot, the section has a speed limit of 45 miles per hour and consists of 2 travel lanes in each direction, separated by a raised median. From Home Depot to the county line, the speed limit varies between 50 and 60 miles per hour and consists of 2 travel lanes and a shoulder in each direction with a continuous 2-way left turn lane. The average annual daily vehicle volumes for SH6 range from 17,400 to 19,500 vehicles per day. 45% of land within a half mile of the SH6 study area is vacant and developable. 24% of the land has been developed as residential, 10% commercial, and 7% institutional. The remaining 12% is classified as other uses, including undevelopable land. At peak times, it takes 4 minutes to travel the 2-mile corridor. Vehicles travel at an average of 40 miles per hour. The travel patterns show 89% of the daily westbound traffic continues on SH6 west of SH35. Similarly, 84% of eastbound traffic volumes on the corridor continue east of the county line. Most of the traffic entering and exiting SH6 in the study area is coming from or going to commercial developments east of SH35. This map shows the crash hotspots along the corridor. The map legend details the range of crash density, with red being highest and green being lowest. The crash hotspots are located near SH35. Between 2018 and 2022, there were 5 fatal crashes, 7 serious injury crashes, and 1 pedestrian crash on this stretch of SH6. The contributing factor categories for the crashes can be summarized as follows. About 28% of crashes on the corridor were non-compliance crashes, which includes failure to yield and disregarding stop signs or signals. About 20% of the crashes were due to speeding, 21% due to vehicle operations, 19% due to inattention, and lastly, 10% due to other contributing factor categories. The Texas Department of Transportation has a planned project to begin construction of State Highway 99 along SH35 in the year 2026. It's expected to bring more development to the area. By implementing safety improvements such as a raised median, the crash rate is expected to remain below the statewide crash rate. Based on the collected data and after examining the SH6 corridor existing conditions, short and midterm improvements will be proposed based on analysis of existing conditions and input from the public. Recommended improvements consist of installing a 12-foot raised median with openings for left turns, bulb outs for vehicles making U-turns where feasible, and enhancements to signing, striping, shared shoulders, and driveways. The study recommends signal timing improvements at the intersection of SH6 and SH35, as well as the intersection of SH35 at East South Street. In the future, conditions should be analyzed to determine if a traffic signal is warranted for the intersection of SH6 and County Road 142. The proposed improvements will be shown in detailed roll plots that will be presented at the public meeting and can be downloaded for the virtual participants. The primary benefit of the access management study is to improve safety. Based on available data, installing a raised median is expected to reduce total crashes by 27%. According to the National Safety Council, the reduction in crashes translates into a $2.1 million economic benefit. We want to hear from you. The study design team will review your feedback. Proposed improvements will be refined as applicable based on feedback, and the study is expected to be completed by May 2024. TxDOT encourages you to review the materials posted on the public meeting webpage and to provide written comments. You can email written questions or comments online to hou-pio-webmail@txdot.gov or mail them in to the Public Information Office at the TxDOT Houston District. The digital materials for the SH6 public meeting website may also be accessed by scanning the QR code link shown on the right of the slide. Comments must be submitted online, by email, or mailed and postmarked by Wednesday, February 28, 2024. Responses to comments received during the comment period will be included in the public meeting documentation that will be posted on the project webpage when completed. The study webpage is www.txdot.gov/projects/hearings-meetings.html. November 7, 2000 was the last deathless day on roadways in Texas. That means for over 20 years, at least one person has died every single day. We all have a part to play to change that. This message is that reminder. To end the streak of deaths on Texas highways, we need drivers and passengers to act more responsibly and help us reach our goal of 0 deaths by 2050. Texans can play a major role in ending fatal crashes with just a few simple driving habits. Wear seatbelts, drive the speed limit, put away the phone and other distractions, and never drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs. So please do your part and share this message with your friends and family. Thank you for participating in this public meeting.